Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do is take the GitHub account that we've created, a local project that we've been working on, create the connection between the local repository and the remote repository. So let's get into that. So when I start working on a project, this is like the first thing that I would do to anything. So we're kind of working a bit backwards here because we'd already done like some workings, but this is like the first thing that I would do. So I would go and open up my GitHub account, and then you can click on this button here that says new to create a new repository, or you can go over to here where your user icon is and click on your repositories. And then this shows like the repositories that I've got in here. So if I just click on new, I can just create a new one. So if I do example project, and this doesn't have to have any, the name of this doesn't have to have any correlation to the name of your project. So I'm just going to call it example project _1. You can put a description in here if you want, and then I'd recommend leaving it public. So this means that everybody in the world can see this, but there's not really anything that's going to be vulnerable in what we're doing here. So just leave it public. You only tend to use private within site organizations. And then just don't click any of these and click create. And then here we go, we've got our remote repository, but at the moment this has no clue about our local repository that we want to connect the two together, because they're both individual. They've got no correlation to each other until we make this connection. So the first thing we've got to do is, if I just shrink this down, let's just open up our project. So right click, open with Visual Studio Code. So here we've got our index.html and our stylings. So if I just open up the terminal, so let's just zoom in a little bit. So what we need to do is just follow the instructions that it gives us on the screen here. So let's pop them side by side, shall we? So let's put that there, pop this here. Just collapse that. So what it says is do git init. So let's do git init. And as soon as we do that, there's two changes that you'll see. So the most important thing, because I opened it on with the right click, it's opened it in the correct folder. So it's in the root folder of the project. So here I can see on the path here, it's telling me that I'm in the root folder. And when I did the git init, it now says master, and down here on the left hand side it says master. If we went to File Explorer and went to that project, we'll now see that there's this .git folder there. It wasn't there before. You can only see this if you've got it set so that you can view hidden ones. So you have to go to properties and set it up. Can't remember where I did it now in Windows 11. In options. Yeah, so here in options, just go to view and do show hidden files. If you haven't got show hidden files selected, it won't show. So anyway, I digress. So once you've done that, the next thing, you don't do this line here, you do this instead. You do git add space dot, and that will add all of the files to the staging area. So if we do git status, it will say here, look, all the items are in the unstaged area. So the next thing we want to do is just copy this next line here that says commit. That. And then just copy this next line. This is just changing the branch. So currently we're on master, and it wants to change it to main because of some strange reason that GitHub decided that this was the right thing to do. So now that's connected this local repository that we've got to this remote repository now. So if I hit refresh on this page, it's still not doing anything because we've not pushed the information from this local computer up to this remote repository. So they are connected now, but it doesn't know anything about it because we've not pushed the changes up. So now if I click push, it will send the changes up, but this will happen on your first occasion of doing your first push to GitHub. So you've got to log in, so it's basically just a security check. So you can do sign in with browser or sign in with code, so I'll just click sign in with browser. Authentication succeeded. So that means that now I've done that, and you won't have to do that again, you just have to do it on the first occasion. So now if I hit refresh, we can see that the project is up here on our remote repository now. And that's it.